Hello and welcome back to the channel. You know what today is? Today is a good day to tear this engine down.
Don't adjust that dial, cause it ain't no glitch. Best Mazda content from MazdaMitch. Mazda Minitruck.
Okay, so we're about to tear this engine down. I'm going to do it and bring you along with me. And if I were you and you had something similar, I would take a lot of pictures of everything as you go. So you know where something may go back together, like the motor mounts or these little gussets and stuff. So this engine here, of course, it's on the engine stand, and I don't have the flywheel attached to it. So busting the crank bolt loose, we're going to use an impact on that. And while I don't really recommend it a whole bunch, I'm going to stick a long screwdriver in here to hold it still so I can do that. But if you had this in a different configuration and you had your flywheel on there, there is a special tool that you could probably fabricate yourself. And it goes in one of these holes and it just kind of locks the flywheel still. And it's going to basically do the same thing I'm going to do. Just hold the crank still for when I bust it loose. Okay, first thing we're going to do, let's take this cover off. Put those over here. Let's take this harmonic balancer off. Let's take the timing belt off. I'm going to go ahead and take off the distributor. Take it out of the way. Don't want to lose that bolt. I'm going to put it right back in. Alright, let's take this valve cover off. Alright, so we're going to break these head bolts loose. Okay, I got me a piece of cardboard. From rear to front, I'm going to keep up with these head bolts and where they came out of. Put them in here. They're going to go back in that way. These are reusable head bolts. They are not torque to yield head bolts. They don't stretch out of control, you know, so you can use these again and again and again and again. Let me see if I can get one of these. There is a washer. You don't want to lose those. I hope I made the hole big enough. Could be bigger, but that's what I'm going to do. So let me get those out. Okay, I think I'm ready to lift the head off. Nothing's attached to it. You may have to bump yours loose, but I think this one, yeah, it's been off before in a little video. So I'm going to take it off and move it over to my workbench. There we go. Got a little corrosion in there. I don't know. I don't remember having ever used. I don't know what I was doing. This one, I think I've been in it before. I remember taking off the old one. I don't know what I did with this one. I think this one was used and I was doing something in a video and I left it on there because I had to tear the other one off. It's been a while since I have looked in this motor. It's been years. I only ran it for a very short time. I've been curious about pistons and if it was ever overboard. I see we got a 0.5 on it. There's a, well, I don't know if it's 0.5. It's 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. Get in there. Okay, so I plan on doing a new water pump and a timing belt kit. So I'm gonna keep up with my bolts. I'm not sure it comes with that one. You got to keep that one. So let's see if this will bust it loose. Yeah. Oh, one went flying. I've got one more. Ooh, this little plastic timing belt cover or whatever water pump rubber gasket thing is toast. Oh boy. Okay. Get the right tool for the job. 14. Ooh, yeah. I see another one. Another one. And there's one more. Whoop, wrong way. That did it. There we go. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Thing's been like that for a long time. Got a lot of cleaning to do. Okay, remember what I said about the rear. I'm going to put this screwdriver right back here. And hope it stays there. Okie dokie. Alright, so now I'm going to take my Impact 21. There we go. There we go. So, okay. Like I said in a previous video, if the crank gear is hard to get off, you can put the harmonic balancer on it. There's no reason to put any kind of puller. If you do a puller, you're going to risk chipping off the edge of this gear. So it's always worked for me is I can thread in a few bolts to hold on the harmonic balancer. In this case, I'm doing just 2. One on each side. And then you should be able to pull and wiggle and it slide right off. And now is a good time to check that keyway. And it looks good. It doesn't look wallowed out. Yeah, and you can lose it very easily, so you want to put this in a safe place. A magnetic dish would be ideal. That looks good. Let's take this water pipe off. It's pretty tight. The little rat-a-tat wasn't strong enough, so had to get a little bump. Yeah. Putting these back in so I don't lose them. Gonna clean them up later, but for now I want to know where everything goes. Okay, while we're here, let's take off this motor mount and this gusset. Give it a little. Let's see. Yeah. That one was crazy tight. Yeah. Okay, cool, we're making progress. So now what I think I'll do, pull this pin, and we're going to turn this engine over and take the oil pan off. Ooh, there's some oil dripping. That's okay. That's okay. Gonna catch it. Oof. Man, there is so much RTV on this thing. I think I've had this off before. I think I did it to show someone on the internet or something, or about something. So I think I've had this pan off. But there's just gobs and gobs of RTV. Way too much. And it's orange. Not even the right stuff. By the way, I've had the engine drained, but if you hadn't drained it and you started doing this, you would have known real quick that you didn't drain it. That means I do recommend you drain it first. And it ain't going to be this easy to take off. You may have to get a pry tool, a plastic one, a little hammer or something and just kind of work through the gasket maker. But I have had this one off, so it came off with ease. And this right here is the windage tray. It's bolted in. 2 bolts. Oh! About screwed up. Tightening it up somehow. I have a bad habit of when I'm in reverse doing something, I immediately go back to forward. That could have been a bad boy. I think we're held on right here too. We are. It's been a minute. Cut me some slack. Okay. All right, you can see our main caps. Our arrows on them are pointing toward the front. Yeah, this is the first time I've really paid attention to this, but we got a 4 on this one, a 2, and a 3, and let's see. Can't tell. That actually looks like a 3 as well. You know, I don't know the history of this motor. It may be a 2 upside down. No? Maybe a 3. Just looking at it though, I thought it would be like another labeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're out of order. Strange. Okay, let's see about taking off this oil pump. 314s and looks like 312s. Keep pushing. I don't think anything else is hiding out. Let me get my rubber hammer. Yeah. A little bit. Got another idea. Just need a little persuasion. And there we go with that. Not good. Just getting replaced. Can't trust it. It's always fun getting in a motor that's been into by a couple other people, or once or twice or whatever. It's always fun to go behind people and see what they did. So what I was going to suggest before, kind of bright, before taking the pistons out, the connecting rods, is to mark with like a punch or something, like a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's been done. Someone's been in here before and they kind of did it. They marked this as cylinder 2, pow, 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 so they wouldn't get getting mixed up. This one on the other side has 3. Let me see if I can show that to you. See, this one has 3, 3. And that one, I can't tell. Can't remember. Can't see it. And this one had a 1 on it somewhere. But, so you would want to mount, you would want to mark those before you take them out. When we get to the main bearings, taking these off, they're already numbered front to rear, so that won't be a big deal. I'm taking the bolts out and putting them right back in the main caps and setting them to the side when I get to that point. I think what we'll do now is take off these nuts for the connecting rod caps, take them off, pop the pistons out. It's just as I thought once before. When I drove this truck, it smoked an awful lot, and these oil rings are kind of seized up. Not very, kind of gunky. That may have been it. It could have been the valve seals, or it could have been this. So maybe a ring job and valve seal job will get this thing going pretty good. Ooh, look at that wear. Okay, so right off the bat, you know, just looking at the crank, it doesn't look terrible. I see some lines, but my fingernail is not caught on any of them. So I think, well, right here it is just a little bit, it's catching. So what I was going to say was I'm going to do polish, a little hand polish, and just going to have to go with that. Going to send it, like I said, backyard rebuild. This is not getting completely done by a machine shop. Okay, I think I'll go ahead and start busting these loose. These crank mains, crank bolt mains, crank main. I'm gonna see how tight they are. See if I can do it. I'm curious. Yeah, they're pretty tight. Yeah, let's put some power to it. Sounds like real right now. Seems. Okay. All right, that's number 5. I mean number 3. All right. All of the bearings so far for that look really good. Yeah, the bearings in here look average. I had thought I could get it out without taking this off, the rear main seal housing, and it is on there really good with a gasket and RTV. I took the bolts out. There we go. Flywheel bolts. And these flywheel bolts, they go all the way through. There's threads that goes all the way through. I mean, they don't go all the way through. There's threads that go all the way through on this crank. So when you put these on, you have to remember to put a little bit of that high torque gray RTV or some kind of good thread sealant before you put them back in. I think I need to get 2 out. I don't want to damage my rear main seal because it's new. It was new like 7 years ago or more. And there's no point in redoing that. It's a good seal. Little homemade gasket and sealer. Should come right up out of there now. And I'm just going to take it over here to my bench where all the other parts are. There we go. Yep. So everything in here looks decent. I'm going to replace these bearings. All I wanted to do was clean it up, replace the bearings and the rings, and see if it'll go. I can't remember. I think the size is on the other side of one of those. Let me pop one out and see. Let me see if I can do it with something that's just not crazy. Yeah. Well, there it is. Let's see. D3H, J1, and a 6. I don't have to look that up. I don't think that's going to tell me anything. I was looking to see if it had like a size or STDs. And I mean, by that, I mean standard or something. All right, so that'll do it for another segment of this project truck video. As you can see, the motor has been torn down. We got all the parts laid out. And of course, the next step would be to blueprint the engine just to see how worn a lot of the parts may be, so we can rest assured in knowing what we're about to order. So I don't really know yet if they went back with standard bearings or something else. Same for the main bearings. I've got to measure the journals and see what it needs. That's the next step. So come back for the next video. I'll do a little bit of blueprinting and plan the order of parts that I need. So if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe for more videos, and we'll see you in the next one.